My gosh, dude, what did I just watch? What did I just watch? Oh my gosh, episode 69 of ReZero. I don't even know where to start. What an extremely unsettling and hard to watch episode of ReZero. And you know what? I think I give the team behind this massive amounts of credits for this because this is exactly what I kind of want with this type of story. I think it's sort of needed to have us see and have that visceral reaction to what's happening on the screen because it's what Subaru is going through. Honestly, I kind of wish that Subaru reacted to it a bit more. I feel like he kind of recovered a little bit too quick there. I kind of wonder if there's more context in the light novel about how he feels after that whole situation because unlike other situations, I mean, we've had a similar situation before, but unlike other situations, Subaru himself is actively involved with this. Like, again, strangling Ram, like, my gosh, that entire time, I'm like, get your hands off of her, get your hands off of her. Like, I was getting so freaking frustrated. Him getting, like, super angry and lashing out. I'm like, I knew something was happening. We all knew it was miasma or something was messing with his mind, a curse of some sort, but it was still like, stop. But I think, again, I like the team didn't hold back here because it's so effed up. Like, everything about that situation is so effed up, and it shows exactly how dangerous miasma is. To give that, like the purest example, like, you cannot get any worse than this. To see like everybody literally lash out at each other, and it turned extremely violent. It was necessary to prove, don't F with miasma. Get the F away from that stuff because it's bad. It's bad news. But yeah. That was very, very hard to watch. And this is like one of those rare moments where I kind of wish that I do like legitimate React content. I don't normally do because I personally find a lot of the React stuff to be a little bit fake. And I don't want to get into that realm of things. And so typically whenever you see me do react to like trailers and stuff like that, it's like my legitimate responses to the stuff because to be honest with this episode, I'd just be literally staring at my screen going, WTF? What? WTF? Like I just stun face the entire time. Like, what am I watching right now? Please stop. Anastasia, that part was the worst. I mean, yeah, technically, like the whole thing with Pratosh and all that kind of stuff, but the Anastasia part was like, oh, dude, she's like freaking holding on. She's just freaking Tess is falling down. He's just slinging her around. I'm like, stop, just make it in. And he's just going, die already. I'm like, oh god, this is so screwed up. And then yeah, later on with Ram just being chomped down on and him just like, wait, that's what's going on, Chomp. Anyways, I should get into the episode proper. Again, overall, really fantastic episode. We did get an ED this episode as well. I love the beginning segment of it. I think it's like extremely unsettling again to what we just seen in this episode. I do like that kind of drowning in the blood kind of thing with the eyes. I think it looks really good. The song it's a good song. It's not one of my favorite of theirs, Link to Cité, but at the same time, it was a really solid song itself. Unfortunate, most of the later part is just like steals and whatnot, which I think I've sort of got hinted at as being important somehow, but we'll see if it actually does mean something that we, for this season actually get acknowledgement of. But anyways, let's get in the episode proper, opening up with Ram waking up Subaru, and right here, already getting a sense here. It kind of gets into it a little bit later. Anastasia mentioned the fact that Ram is sort of outletting to Subaru this entire time because she's frustrated and he's kind of keeping her sane a bit. I did kind of see that she was being very, very short with Subaru with the situation. Obviously, he's questioning, where is everybody? She's like, it's only you and me. Why are you asking me those questions? It's seemingly pointing out later on that I never mentioned that it was just you and me, but even though he said, where's everybody else? There's nobody else here. She did sort of confirm that. So it's a little odd that Ram already right here was being very short with Subaru. And again, that could just be that she's trying to mess with him. And it does kind of indicate later on that she's already frustrated with him technically. Like with the fact that Rem has been separated from them, she's already frustrated right here. And I think there could be a part of it that she's frustrated with herself. Because technically right now, they have decided to take Rem out of a place where she's safe to bring her to here. And they're already seeing that they've already been disconnected from her and that she's in some sort of danger. And I think that's probably coming across right here already. She's already frustrated. And I think a lot of it is that she's mad at herself. But anyways, yes, eventually Anastasia shows up. They start walking around. Eventually they get to a little split in the road. Now here's odd. This already kind of jumped out at me when we got to this point where he says that they need to go right. And he gives off some, dumb reason why they should be going right and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I almost felt like this was a loop that we're not aware of. Because it really does feel like he's dead set on going right. I don't know. It felt a little odd. The way that it was kind of explained here felt a little odd. It almost felt like he has been left before here, but maybe he potentially forgot. I don't know if that'll come up later. It felt off the way that he responded to this whole situation. But anyways, yeah, they go right, and that's when we start to see the effects of the miasma hitting in. Now, he does run into a bunch of walls that seem to be blocking his way. Now that we're at the end of the episode, and they do run into this individual, which I'm, again, assuming is going to be the sage, I kind of wonder if the walls are put up purposely to keep them from going into the miasma. I don't know how Subaru touching them is making them go away, though. That's the question mark. Other than the fact that they're just false walls and that you can get past them just by touching them. They're not intended to block the way. It's just intended to make people not go that way. But either way, I kind of feel like now that, we went through that whole segment, I kind of think that he wasn't supposed to go that way and the walls were supposed to stop you from getting the miasma. Anyways, yeah. As they're going in there, I do like to see that there's a little bit of indication here that the miasma is actually affecting them. We get a description later on from Anastasia and Ram about miasma and the fact that this is something that, is automatically absorbed into your gate. You can't stop it. You just have to avoid it. And it seems like it, over time, will gradually eat away at your body physically and mentally. And it does kind of show, as they're going in here, they're already seeing that effect. Like, he turns around to go talk to them, and they're looking like it almost looks like they're losing consciousness because they suddenly react to him like, oh, wait, what? Yeah, we should probably keep going or whatever. Eventually, we get the little snapping point for Subaru. And again, this is where I think everything that has been sort of building up sort of get amplified in a way. And the fact that all the frustrations they have turn into anger and lashing out. And the fact that Subaru is getting upset. Normally, he takes Ram's criticism all the time, and it's fun. She's super mean. Well, man, you're being mean to me, whatever. They kind of play along with each other. And here now, suddenly, it's turning into hatred. No, you're always lashing at me. Why are you always lashing at me? You have something to say, don't you? A little bit of guilt in there from Subaru. At the same time, Ram's getting mad at him, suddenly lashing out all of her kind of intrusive thoughts. Those little intrusive thoughts that they don't really technically mean, but it's in there. The idea that Subaru, all he ever thinks about is Beatrice and Amelia. He doesn't even care about Rem. You should have protected Rem. Why didn't you protect her? I feel super bad for Rem because she likes you, and now you're treating her this way. You never actually cared about Rem. Why did you grab me and not Rem? Like, all these things start to kind of boil up. And again, it's sort of to the initial impressions that we got from them when they first woke up. That Ram obviously was upset that they got separated from Rim. And now she's starting to blame Subaru right here because he doesn't see the bigger picture. He doesn't realize how important it is to protect Rim. He's not even here for the reason of helping Rim like I am. No, we're not here to see the sage. We're here to get Rim fixed. We're here to get my sister back. What are you doing, Subaru? I kind of like that, again, kind of boiling point. And again, everything that's sort of intrusive thoughts that they have subtly in the back of their head is suddenly come to the forefront and becoming a little bit more than what they should be. Things that you don't normally express suddenly becoming what you're actually angry about. But yeah, eventually Anastasia steps in. They start going crazy. He tries to whip out the freaking fist and knock over Ram and then start strangling her. Again, I hate this because I know that it's something affecting them, but it's still like, dude, Subaru, get your freaking hands off her. Oh, this was like, again, they did so damn well of actually portraying this, and I hate it because of that, because the entire time I'm just like, ugh, I want to reach the freaking screen. Just seeing just like how they portrayed it, like those close-up shots of her side as she's laying there on the ground, that little sense of like helplessness that she has, trying to freaking struggle to get up, just constantly just shuffling on the ground, him strangling her, eventually her getting that little wand going and then just shooting off the spell, and then just things going south. It does look like they kind of shifted to more of it's usually the visual style they use for like flashbacks and stuff like that. That was the odd choice that they had there. I get why they chose to do that right there, is because as we see with what comes up next, it gets a lot more violent and gory. And so I'd assume that they probably chose to switch the art styles because they can't show that on television to that detail and, again, the red and the blood, all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of curious if when they do the Blu-ray version of this, they'll remove that filter. I don't know. They might just keep it that way just for like artistic choice. But either way, it was extremely unsettling. Freaking Anastasia just comes up out of nowhere. Just stabs Ram. Oh, yeah, I was just, deciding which one of you was more useful, and I chose you, Subaru. Just get rid of her. Things are going to get carried away. So, partnership? Gonna strangle her, and then suddenly just freaking cut right in half. Freaking Ram just cuts him right in half. He's just clamoring on. I'm like, oh god, dude, stop. The freaking intestines falling down. I'm like, this is so. Oh yeah, the lower half of her just kind of just. God damn, dude, it's so bad. So bad. It was so bad. Oh my god. And again, I give the team massive credits for not censoring this, because it's, again, this is what Subaru sees. This is what Subaru has to go through with these resets, the things that he has to experience with this. And yeah, afterwards, eventually running off. I don't know why it seemed like he ran away from here, but yet he still runs into Patrush, and I don't know, he must have ran away and then looped around and came back or something like that and ends up running into them again. But the thing here is, though, is like after this, that whole like brief moment of him kind of, popping back, and, Ram's there again, and Anastasia comes up. He has that moment of like, this hit him. And you see it as they're, going down the hallways again, and he's just constantly trying to make them happy. Like, he doesn't like what he went through. He obviously experienced them just killing each other. He's actively avoiding the miasma again, obviously, because he knows that's going to wear him away. But he's also like trying to keep their attitude up, avoid the negativity they had before by keeping everybody happy. Is everybody good? Watch your step right here. Yeah, make sure to watch out right here. Everybody keep happy. Honestly, you're being disgusting. Anyways, yeah, the whole thing with Patricia as well, that was crazy. Just chomping on Ram's hair, the hair hanging out of the mouth and everything, and him just going after him. Even Pratosh getting all messed up by that stuff. Ugh, it was crazy. It was crazy. Anyways, yes, the next loop going down the other direction, seemingly the good direction. I don't know. They get to a dead end at some point, and Subaru falls down inside this. It's like he fell down this shaft and ends up in like the 100th layer of the labyrinth. Like, he just ends up in the boss's room. It's like this big freaking like stadium, all these dead bears and stuff out there, and this freaking boss is just standing there like, oh, what's up? Like, it's literally like any other isekai that you run into these days, like the Banished from the Hero's Party type of stories. Like, I was discarded in the deepest dungeon at level, 999 floor, and I found my secret cheat skill and took over everything. Except for this one, Subaru ends up in the final floor of the labyrinth and doesn't have his cheat powers, but then suddenly a cheat power shows up, and that is, again, what I'm presuming is the Sage showing up out of nowhere and freaking like needle machine gun firing the damn boss of the floor down like nothing. Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, he comes down there again. I was kind of assuming this is gonna be a death point, because this thing seemed like it was gonna be something that they're gonna have to fight at some point. So it's kind of a nice little subversion of what I was expecting right here, is the idea of this is gonna be something that they're gonna have to run into again in the future, and Subaru's gonna have to figure out some way of getting around it. Instead, it's just like this brief moment of Subaru like panicking, going away, Ram getting down there, again showing that more nurturing side of Ram, and the idea that she's choosing to sacrifice herself right here for the sake of this sister that she can't even remember. No, I'm going to help you because you got to keep my sister from crying. I can't see her cry. There could be a side of it that's more Ram is not wanting Super to die, and she's using the excuse of Ram in order to protect him. But it's really like the idea that she knows that there's a connection to Ram, and she doesn't want Ram to cry, so I'm going to protect him because I know that my sister loves this guy, so she's going to sacrifice herself. But yeah, eventually we have the appearance of the orange colored lady, the female Subaru, popping out of nowhere, and should I call him Fubaru? Do we call him Fubaru? I don't know if we can call him female Subaru quite yet. We'll see. But yeah, her showing up and saying Mitsuka again, because she likes saying Mitsuka. I found you. That's her tagline. Crazy freaking episode, dude. I give this team mad respect for being this unsettling. Again, I was a little bit of a disappointment that it didn't settle in that a little bit more. Have Subaru really kind of contemplate the fact that he, with his own hands, nearly strangled Ram to death. He, with his own hands, threw a dying Anastasia to the side. An Anastasia that was seeking his help, desperately calling out for him, please save me. that he was discarding her. Like, I felt like they could have settled in that a little bit more, but it's fine. It's fine. I can understand there's only so much you can do with, you know, the time that you have. With the anime adaptation, I'm kind of curious again that if the light novel is a little bit more setting in that a bit more. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. There was a little bit touch on the fact that lesser spirits don't guide Subaru because they're afraid of Beatrice. Byaku's too powerful, and thus the lesser spirits don't like to hang around with him. They find him intimidating. But yeah, that's my thoughts on episode 69. Oh yeah, by AO. Never mentioned that. Yeah, 69. Yeah, I like that the episode 69 is the most freaking horrific episode possible. It's gonna be an easy one to remember in the future. If you're ever like, hey man, you want to see a violent episode of a show, watch episode 69 of ReZero. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button below. Until next time, you'll take care.